Is there a real difference between the taste of Coca-Cola and Pepsi? Stick around. The conflict between the taste of Coca-Cola and Pepsi, the most famous in the world of soft drinks, is no longer limited to a commercial one, but extends to customers who are strict in favor of one drink at the expense of the other in many cases. But if you have tried both, have you noticed a real difference between the taste of Coca-Cola and Pepsi? So, to get to the bottom of the difference between the two drinks, the scientists conducted a neuromarketing experiment. What is a neuromarketing? The word neuromarketing is a combination of the words neuroscience and marketing. Neuroscience is a study of anything and everything that has to do with every nervous system, including research into brain and its psychology. Marketing is the strategy that companies use to help them sell their products to us, and advertising is part of these strategies. In order to marketers to understand what they are selling to whom, they have to understand the psychology of their buyers. This is where information about the brain comes in handy. For example, why do some things catch your eyes as opposed to others? Why do you prefer an Android phone over an iPhone? Why only a certain type of ice cream from Baskin Robbins? So, if marketers can see why people prefer certain things over things, they can use these acquired strategies to increase their sales. Coca-Cola against Pepsi. Is there a real difference in taste? Back to the topic, in 2004, a group of neuroscientists conducted a neuromarketing study on a group of 67 volunteers. The first time they tasted different drinks without telling them what kind they were, and asking them which one was the best. The experiment was repeated again, but this time they were asked to decide which drinks was Coca-Cola and which was Pepsi. During the experiment, brain activity was measured by functional magnetic resonance imaging. When an area of the brain is activated, blood rushes to that area. An fMRI captured this change in blood flow. This helps scientists understand which activities light up which parts of the brain. Understanding the region of the brain that activities in response to specific stimuli enables scientists to understand the human behavior. Using the fMRI, the researchers observed which parts of the brain which were activated when different drinks were consumed. In the first phase of the experiment, when the participants did not know exactly which drinks they were consuming, there were no clear MRI results. But the results differed starkly after they were informed of the quality of the drink, and Coca-Cola won the popular vote, with more than half of the participants choosing it over Pepsi. However, the only thing that has changed is that they know the name of the brand. So, why did their preference change so dramatically? When participants didn't know the names of the drinks, a special pleasure center located in front of the brain, known as the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, lit up. The area of the brain specifically responds to food we find enjoyable, such as sugary sodas. On the other hand, when participants knew the names of the drinks, the areas of the brain lit up were associated with the emotions and memories. Realizing that they were drinking cola, the participants showed an emotional reaction to learning its brand name, which led them to prefer it over Pepsi. However, the Pepsi brand didn't elicit such an emotional reaction in the participants. Scientists have concluded that Coca-Cola's highly successful advertising campaigns had a profound effect on people's memory. The commercials were so influential that people made emotional connections with the very basic idea of Coca-Cola, giving them comfort and happiness. So, is there an actual difference between the taste of Coca-Cola and Pepsi? Bottom line, there is not much difference. The basic ingredients of both drinks are similar and almost same brown sugar is used. And the peak of conflict between Coca-Cola and Pepsi were in the advertising that Pepsi made Coca-Cola angry. So, if you like this video, please like and comment and put subscribe in my channel. Thank you.
I'll take a Coke.
Is Pepsi okay?
Is Pepsi okay? Is Pepsi okay? How? Are puppies okay? Is a shooting star okay? Is the laughter of a small child okay? Pepsi's more than okay. It's okay. Okay, what have we learned today?
You want a Pepsi?
I want a Pepsi.
There you go. Okay. I've got to come up with my own catchphrase. Okay.